Okay, welcome everybody. Common Connection, special guest today. We have Shannon Gillette.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Okay, so I gotta set this up for you. So, for those that don't know Shannon, she is a top 15 realtor in East Valley, one of the top agents in the entire state of Arizona. You're also a TV host for American Dream that's on Fox and Travel Channel, is it?
Yeah.
And you're the founder of the Gillette Group at Real Broker, co-founder of Purpose Movement. We got to talk about that. And just an amazing human being. So thanks for being on my podcast, on my show today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And you also didn't mention I'm a mom of 3 young kids.
Yes, let's go.
Got
Yeah.
a husband, a few dogs. So
Yeah, right.
I definitely stay busy.
Heck yeah. So, all right, well, let's just jump in. There's my notes for your intro. Okay, so you're an amazing realtor. Tell us about how you got into the real estate business. Let's tee that up.
Well, I mean, I never thought I would be where I am today. One of the, I'm so proud to lead one of the top 15 teams in the Phoenix East Valley. I was also just named Realtor of the Year by Real Producers.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was definitely, I was shocked. I knew I was nominated for Realtor of the Year. And I wasn't even going to go to the award ceremony because I'm like, man, the odds of me winning this are so low. So I threw on an old dress. I went to show homes on my way to the ceremony. I sat down and I was just 100% prepared to just cheer for whoever wins because here in the Phoenix East Valley, I hear there's over 30,000 licensed agents here. It's a pretty big part of Phoenix Metro. So I heard my name called and I was just in absolute shock. So never thought in a million years that I would be where I am today because it all started pretty crazy. I barely graduated from high school. I didn't go to college. Right out of high school, I started leasing apartments. And I did that for 4 years with a local apartment community here in the Valley. And I got my real estate license and I started selling new builds. I started selling new builds in 2006, right as the market was going down.
Okay.
And during the recession, I was actually one of the top new home sales consultants in the entire country. I did really good at new home sales. I was actually selling new homes in Florence, Arizona. And new home sales, it's a tough job. It's a little bit more corporate where you are stuck in your office. You're working weekends. You're getting home late at night. You have no flexibility, and I started to have kids. I have 3 young boys, and when my oldest took his first steps, I got to watch that on a video as I was sitting in my new home sales office. Towards the end, I was driving to work crying, just really did not. I mean, it's a great job, but when you're missing out on so much with your kids, like it was tough, and I was so scared to leave new home sales to go into resale because I watched the recession. I watched thousands and thousands of realtors leave the industry, and I was like, man, I don't know if I could make it in resale, but I told myself if I can't make it in a year, I can always go back to new home sales. But I was very motivated to make it and not go back to that.
Good for you.
And I built my business the non-traditional way through video and social media.
Okay, I love that. I absolutely love that. As an owner of a video company, like I've been saying, this is just my opinion, so you tell me what you think of this. But I've been saying for years, I've been telling any realtor that I get a chance to say this to, that social media and video and having an influence on those platforms is so important.
Yeah.
And I've boldly said this, that you don't have to be a social media influencer, while that is awesome, but my opinion, that if you don't have some influence on social media, you'll have to work for someone else who does in 5 years.
Yeah.
Because the needle is moving that far forward. That's just my opinion.
I believe it. I believe firmly that the agent or the lender with the best personal brand online is going to win the future business because our clients are Googling us. They want to work our clients want to work with somebody that they know, like, and trust. And there's no better way to build that know, like, and trust and that personal brand than getting your face on camera and being present on social media. And not being present on social media where you're just posting just sold, just listed, but truly letting people in on your personal life And I tell agents all the time, I'm like, man, if you want to kill it on social media, if you want more buyers and sellers calling you, asking you to be their realtor, I literally get calls where they're like, hey, I just watched your YouTube video from 2019. Will you list my $2 million home? Because they know, hopefully know, like, and trust me. So I tell agents all the time, man, you have to write down 3 to 4 things that make you, you, besides being a realtor, and go all in on your personal brand. And you have to know that you're never going to be for everybody. If you follow me on social media, you know that my family and I are very involved in our church. We like to travel. I share my kids. I share my dogs. Like, you should know me and what my personal life is. And oh, by the way, I'm also in real estate, because then if you're updating your Instagram story throughout the day and staying consistent with your content, you are going to become top of mind when people are ready to buy or sell, or if they're referring a friend or family. So it's so powerful.
Oh, it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Video, not only do like 85% of the sellers that I've met, you know, they want video, and there seems to be only 12%, 15%, whatever the latest NAR of realtors that will do it. So I mean, to all the realtors out there that are afraid to do your own video, because I get it. Some people have tremendous anxieties, and maybe that's a thing to work through. But if nothing else, align yourself with someone who is doing video, and then you can leverage that brand.
Yeah, and I started with listing videos. So, and it all goes back to that new home sales career. For 8 years, I would have buyers come into my new home sales office. They wanted to buy one of my new builds, but they had a home to sell. And I started to see a trend in the real estate community that I still see today, where licensed realtors take on a listing, they put a sign in the yard, maybe they invest $100 into a photographer, and they throw the home up on MLS and they wait for the buyer to find it. And I would get so frustrated watching this from the sidelines, thinking like, man, that's all you're gonna do? Why aren't you marketing your client's listing? You're making a great amount of money if this home sells and closes. Why are you not investing more time and energy and resources into this? So right when I started in resale in 2014, I went on a journey to learn everything I could about video marketing for listings. I never thought in a million years I would have the Instagram following or YouTube following that I have, because it literally just started with, I'm going to make a promise to myself that every home I list, no matter what the price point, I'm going to produce a professional video commercial. And since 2014, I've shot hundreds and hundreds of videos where I'm on every one of the videos. I write a script. I make it more like a commercial, because every home has a story to be told. Every home has some type of lifestyle to be told. So if you are taking on a listing and just taking some photos and throwing it up on MLS, you're missing not only a huge buyer pool, because you're not getting it in front of people that maybe aren't on MLS, but by scrolling through some pictures, there's so much more about that home that can be told through video, and there's no better way to sell a home than through a professional video commercial. So we've listed a $40,000 manufactured home, and that home has a professional video commercial on YouTube, because you know what, that's a seller that wants their home sold. They're trusting us to sell it, and who am I to say that because your home is in a lower price point, you don't deserve the same marketing as a multi-million-dollar seller? Everybody deserves a video. And I can say that confidently because I've been doing videos since 2014. I have seen homes sell to people that have called me and said, hey, I just saw your video on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. I want to see this home. And we're seeing our clients' homes get more offers and sell faster because they're very well presented through video. So that's how I started with video. And yes, a lot of real estate agents are scared to get in front of the camera, and they have all types of reasons of why they don't think video's for them. But I think people want that overnight success. They want to get in front of the camera and be perfect day one, but nobody's perfect on camera day one. It's an acquired skill that you get better at the more and more you get in front of the camera. And I found that, I mean, I can't even watch my original videos.
I was just about to ask you if you've ever looked back and watched your first video.
I've deleted a lot of them. And I mean, the audio is horrible. I'm talking loud, I'm talking fast, my hair is blowing. Like, they're a disaster. But you know what? I'm so glad I didn't give up. And in my early days of filming video, I didn't have a lot of people watching the videos, but there was something inside me that just I was like, man, Shannon, you have to stay consistent with this and it's gonna pay off. I could have given up that first year where I didn't see the immediate success, but I'm so glad I never gave up, and I continued to film videos because now I lead one of the top teams in my market, where most of our business comes directly from YouTube and Instagram. I don't have to cold call, I don't have to door knock, I don't have to host open houses, I don't have to beg anybody to work with us. People are literally calling us saying, are you taking on new clients? Will you list my home? Because we've built a brand online that people can trust.
You know, and that is huge. When I was doing my research for this discussion, I was watching some of your TV hosts on American Dream. And the first thing that popped out to me was, Shannon must have a background in journalism. Like, you're such a natural. You're so poised in front of the camera. People take for granted how much of a skill, to your point, how much of a skill that is that you've developed and harnessed. Being able to walk, I know it sounds crazy, but being able to walk and talk and deliver and look into the camera as if you're talking to a person in the camera. You know, it's not a difficult skill for some people, but everyone needs to practice it and develop it, and you do it really well.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And no, I have no background in journalism. I barely graduated from high school. My original videos were horrible, but I don't know what it is about video that everyone's so scared about. And I like to kind of, like, one thing I like to say to agents, it's like, man, when you first got your real estate license and you went to your first listing presentation, or you took your first buyer out, or whatever it was, you wrote your first contract, you were probably nervous. You probably thought, like, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm going to mess up. I'm so nervous sitting at their dining room table talking about listing their home. So anything that you do for the first time, you're not going to be comfortable with. And video is the same. The more you do it, the more you get in front of the camera, the better you will get. And I mean, I hear all the excuses like, oh, I don't look good on camera or whatever. But man, you're meeting with these clients in person anyways. Just act like you're talking to them, and write a script and practice. And you know, one kind of tip I have for listing video specific, because every home deserves a video. If you are just throwing pictures on MLS, that is such a disservice to your seller, because we do something called lifestyle first video marketing. So if you go to my YouTube channel and you watch any of our recent listing videos, we are storytelling, and a lot of times it starts with a hook of maybe talking about the area or the neighborhood. Because when you're marketing a listing, you have to think about, you're getting in front of somebody that you can't assume they know what Chandler, Arizona is, or the Anthem at Merrill Ranch community. You can't assume they just know what that is. They may be from out of state. Phoenix was just named the #1 relocation destination in the entire country. That means we have a lot of people moving from out of state. So if you're throwing pictures up online and not sharing the lifestyle, you're really missing out on a lot of buyers. So our videos may start with, you know, imagine living in a neighborhood where you feel like you've stepped back in time, where you can walk to dinner at the local restaurants or go to get coffee at the coffee shop, and really selling the drone footage, the lifestyle, where the potential buyer is watching saying, man, I want to live in that community, and they haven't even seen the house yet. So usually halfway through my video, we're introducing the home. The rest is about the area, because any buyer you talk to, they first buy for location. They're not buying in the middle of Eloy, Arizona because it's a beautiful home. No, they want that location, the good schools, the restaurants, the shopping. They want some type of lifestyle. So that's what we're able to do through our listing videos, and it's been working out just so good. And I'm just so proud because our sellers are making more money on their home. They're selling their home faster, and we're getting more offers because we are marketing our listings better than I think most agents in our area are.
You definitely are. And to your other point that you said earlier about how you'll do a video for any price point. I think that's so important that you've set that professional standard, not only in fairness to your sellers, but also, let's face it, some of those lower price point listings, they're the ones that need every square dollar of equity to even be able to do their exit strategy to whatever it is they want to move up to. And one little counter offer or one less multiple offer can, you know, be $1,000, $2,000, $4,000 at the stroke of a counter offer that wasn't there to compete with whatever. So it's like in this industry, we help them the most, you know?
Yeah, it's so important. And I was raised by a single mom. We didn't have a lot growing up. And right now it's very emotional for sellers selling. Nobody's selling their home right now for fun. You know, it's not like the old days, man. I mean, some of our sellers don't even have any equity, where they might have to actually write a check to sell their home. So, I mean, I meet with, say, a single mom that maybe is going through a divorce, needs to sell their home. This is their biggest asset. They need every dollar out of that home. So no matter what the price point is, they deserve us as real estate agents to work so hard on their behalf, from marketing to negotiations to also keeping up with sharpening our skills. I mean, I try to listen to at least one podcast a day so I can be forward thinking, doing things today that other agents don't do for, another 5 years, reading audio books and all the things, because I want to provide the absolute best experience for our clients. And we can't take any shortcuts, and we can't put a price point on it like, oh, I don't do video marketing for anything under 500,000. Man, those sellers deserve it.
Yeah. And one last thing I'll say about the video nod that we're giving is, I always say, we've all heard a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, a video is 60 pictures per second.
Yeah, it's so different. The average human attention span is like 6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah.
So you have to keep their attention, and people don't like to read anything. I think we spend a lot of time on these like listing descriptions, but man, a video is just so powerful. And we also create a professional website with its own domain name for every home we list, and our sellers are so proud of this. They're sharing it on their social media, they're sharing their videos, they're so proud, and it just creates an urgency, I think, for a buyer when they want to like see that video. Plus, with YouTube recently became my #1 lead source. It used to be Instagram.
Oh wow.
Because YouTube is a search engine. So people are going to YouTube and they're typing in things like best neighborhoods to live in Chandler, or best realtor in Gilbert, or all these different things, and our videos are coming up. And it's the easiest way to get on the first page of Google for free, is just create the video content and tag it appropriately. So YouTube is so powerful. So many agents aren't really using it.
It's amazing. We've evolved throughout the years. I used to be a realtor way back in like 2004, and I'm not anymore, but we've been running Red Hog Media since 2016. But what we saw was, obviously it was yellow pages, and then it went to .coms, and in the late 90s, early 2000s, if you had the best SEO with the .com. And transitioning in that was still, real estate offices had to have the big brick and mortar and the fancy building on Main Street and this and that with all the listings in the window. And then the cell phone came out, the iPhone, with apps. Of course, a lot of this happened during the recession, but then we also saw YouTube was invented. Could you imagine the world before YouTube? And it's owned by Google, which is the #1 search engine on planet Earth, and YouTube is #2. So it's just a no-brainer to exploit that platform.
Yeah, and there's so much you can do on YouTube. So if you go to my channel, not only will you see a listing video for every home I list, but we have other types of videos, like lifestyle videos. We've probably shot at every hotspot in the Phoenix Southeast Valley.
Nice.
From indoor dog parks to interviews with the mayor to restaurants to things to do with kids. So when people are searching, man, we even have videos on traveling to Rocky Point, Mexico, because it's only a 4-hour drive from here. So
we'll have to have a separate talk about that. We were just talking about that in my last episode.
Really?
Jason, because he's bilingual, and he was talking about all his little secret weapons.
Yeah.
But that almost could be a whole separate topic sometime, is traveling to Mexico.
You have to create this content that people are searching for. So I have a Rocky Point, Mexico travel tip video that has 50,000 organic views. It never talks about the fact that I'm a realtor, but my call to action at the end is follow me on Instagram. And no matter how busy I am, because I'm very busy, I sell over 100 homes a year. I lead one of the top teams here in the Valley, and no matter how busy I am, I will always update my Instagram story throughout the day. Every day it's a little bit different, but I want people to feel like, man, I know Shannon. Even though I've never met her in person, I feel like I know her, I can trust her, because they're following along with me throughout my day. But another game changer for me in my business was I found a local studio here in the Valley where I can go in and read from a teleprompter and do like frequently asked questions or Instagram reels, YouTube shorts. So every other week I have an appointment on my calendar to go film that content. So I might spend an hour or two sitting in front of the teleprompter and reading. But it's been a game changer for not only YouTube to get more clients from it, but also to have our current clients have a much better experience, because we have a video for every step of the buying and selling process. Because we may sell homes every day and it's just easy to us or easy for us, and we just think, oh yeah, our clients know what's going to happen next, but they don't. Even if they've sold 3 or 4 homes in their life, time, they don't know what a binzer is, or they don't really know what happens after their home goes under contract. So we have these guides, buyer guide, seller guide, where you can watch a video for every step of the way, from congratulations, your home's under contract, here's what to expect next, how to prepare your home for sale, how to ask for repair requests. And it's been a game changer where our client experience is so much better because they feel like they're involved and they know what's happening next. And for me, it's really helped my quality of life because I am a mom of 3 kids. And for so many years in my career, I want to always be available and accessible to my clients 7 days a week. And I would get calls from sellers, while I'm eating dinner with my family, and I'd have to step away and take the call to explain again what a repair request is or what an appraisal is. And I'm like, man, I'm taking all these calls and talking about the same stuff all day long. What if I just made a video to where I send them the video first, they watch it, it's probably going to answer all their questions, they're going to understand it better than talking to me on the phone. And now I'm not getting as many of those calls. I can enjoy more dinners with my family, and it's been a game changer. So we love our clients. We try to just have the best experience possible, and it's also why we do client appreciation events every single month. I'm spending probably $50,000 a year on client appreciation events, and there's so many benefits to that. Of course, giving back to our clients, we get to see them every month, and we're also, our team, we are talking to our past clients every single month as well. We just rented out a water park last week. We had 300 clients there. We do huge Easter egg hunts and free family photos around the holidays. So
Sure, that's awesome.
yeah.
Okay, so let's touch on family. So it sounds like you're mastering, with the help of video, some work-life balance. Like, what's that journey? What's that look like? I mean, obviously you are incorporating video, but I mean, you like to have some fun. You love to travel. Tell us about hobbies and work-life balance.
Well, being a mom and a realtor is not easy.
No.
Because we're pulled in so many different directions.
Yeah.
Just being a real estate agent is a 7-day-a-week job. You have to be available from sun up to after the sun goes down, because you can't just put your phone in a drawer, because emergencies come up, your clients need you. You could be negotiating an offer at 10 o'clock at night. So real estate never ends. It doesn't turn off. And then being a mom and having to be there for your husband and your kids and be very intentional with that, it's tough. It's not easy. But what I found, a few things that have really helped me be, a working mom. First, I hired a coach a few years ago, and having a coach and having somebody hold me accountable has been a complete game changer. And my coach really helps me have more of that work-life balance. For example, I didn't have a VA or an assistant. Before I had a coach, I was getting up at 4 a.m. and making my YouTube thumbnails and doing all like the busy work. And my coach is like, Shannon, you need to figure out what your hourly rate is. You're selling over 100 homes a year and you're making YouTube thumbnails at 4 a.m. That's not good. And I'm like, man, but I could just do it faster myself. I don't want to pay anyone to do this. I don't want to trust anyone. So she helped me hire a VA. So now my VA is doing all that. So that's freed up so much of my time. So that's number one, like amazing. And then the second thing is living by your calendar. So I schedule, I'm very intentional with scheduling one-on-one time with each of my boys. Travel. We just traveled for 30 days this summer.
Wow.
So just really being intentional with that. And of course, church is really important to us. Like, I will never, like, you have it in your calendar like it's a $4 million listing presentation, right? Like, you're not going to tell that $4 million seller, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it today. But treating your family like that as well. Like, man, no, I'm taking my son shopping for new clothes for school. Like, that is as an appointment in my calendar. That's not going to be changed. So it's not easy, but I think having like help also, just really figuring out what your hourly rate is and not doing things like, it sounds bad, but like doing your own laundry or cleaning your home, because if I can have a house cleaner clean my home and I can take that time and work on my business or spend time with my family, it's much better, right? But you can't do that day one. You have to put in the work. I put in years and years. I mean, I'm going into my 18th year in real estate. There were many, many hard years, but now all that hard work's paying off, and thankfully I didn't give up on video, and now I can afford to have an assistant and all of that.
Yeah, cool. So we kind of share something in common on the opposite sides. I have 2 daughters.
Oh, yeah.
You have 3 boys.
Yeah.
What ages are your boys?
8, 11, and 13.
Okay, yeah, we're kind of right in there. Mine is 12 and 15.
Yeah.
So I just did an episode on Father's Day. Like, Did you grow up with brothers at all?
I have, yeah.
Oh, okay,
brother.
so it was probably a pretty easy transition for you to have all boys, or what was that like? Because, for me, having all girls, I have a sister, so it was an easier transition, but, you kind of have to, I think some dads struggle with just having all girls, and some moms have a struggle with having all boys. You see any of that when you were starting out as a parent, or?
Well, I just trust God's blessed me with, whatever I'm meant to have with three boys, and I'm a boy mom, and I have a very easygoing personality. I don't get, stressed out very easily, and they're always fighting, and I wait for the sounds of someone screaming. I don't know. It's definitely different having the three boys, but I love it. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I was probably more prepared for, cops or robbers and cowboys and, all that chaos with boys, and then I have girls and it's emotions, and my wife is like, this is normal. This is totally normal.
Yeah.
I don't understand this, but I'll take your word for it. So where'd you grow up?
I grew up here in Chandler.
Oh, okay. Right on. So local high school and all that? And yeah, right on.
Right here, and just stayed in the Phoenix East Valley.
You're a true local.
Yeah.
Cool. So where's your favorite place to travel to? You just got back from where?
So my goal every year is to travel for 30 days in the summer. So I'm not proud of this, but I work 7 days a week. And it helps me to always have a vacation on the horizon, because these are long days as a real estate agent.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't ever get a traditional day off. Sundays, no. Your clients still need you.
Sure.
And I'm still very much in production, so I'm still working one-on-one with my clients. So you don't get those days off. So I always try to have a vacation kind of on the horizon. It helps me get through those really long days.
Yeah.
So I also have a goal by being a mom of three boys. I want my boys to travel the world before their 18th birthday. So we have a list of places, and
Very cool.
they've been to China, they've been different places, and we just want to travel together. And it's just one thing that I found as a real estate agent. If I'm out of Arizona, I can't take those hey, got a minute? Can you come over to my house? Can you show me this house?
Forces you to delegate.
It forces me to delegate, and my team is incredible, and my team will take care of my clients, but I'm still working on that because I was a solo agent for so long.
Sure.
So it's not easy for me to hand over clients and things like that.
Well, so let's talk about your team. So when did you kind of develop and evolve your team concept?
I was a solo agent up until 2020. That's when I brought on my first agent, and it was just me and her for a while, and it is one of the biggest struggles for me as a team leader, growth, and my coach works with me on this a lot, because we have an incredible team. We have a great reputation amongst the real estate community. We're on TV, we do client appreciation, I do a lot of team appreciation. So I actually get multiple agents reaching out to me every single week asking if we're hiring on our team, which is such a blessing, because most team leaders have to recruit and all of that.
Yeah.
I have people just asking if they could join our team, but it's something I struggle with, the growth, because I have such high standards and I've worked so hard to build this brand that it's hard to grow, right? And we have such a great culture amongst our team, but I slowly grew the team, and hiring my coach, she always is on me with that. She's like, Shannon, you literally have agents, amazing agents, asking if they'll join your team, and you just push it off to the side. You have to grow. So she gives me deadlines. My last coaching call, she actually gave me a deadline that I need to bring on 2 more agents.
Oh, wow.
Within the next few months. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Who's listening? Who's listening?
I know. So it's not easy. I don't know. I joke that I need therapy for this. I don't even know what my mind block is with this. And I feel so bad because these amazing agents are reaching out to me, and it's nothing against them. It's just my own internal issues.
Sure. Yeah. I totally get that. Let's talk about your nonprofit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you co-founded it with your husband.
Mm-hmm.
So how did it start? Tell us about it. All that. Let's go for it.
So we are very intentional, our whole team, in giving back to the community. It's actually a requirement to be on our team that you're actively serving your time within the community.
Oh, wow.
Whether it's in your local schools or church or your own nonprofits that you want to support. And giving back is something that's always been really, really important to my husband and I. We were both raised by single moms. We didn't have a lot growing up. So we have a heart for the kids that don't have a lot, and learning about the foster community here in Arizona. There's over 13,000 kids living in foster care. And what a lot of people don't know is a lot of those kids, a few thousand of them, are actually living in local group homes right here in our community, right here in Queen Creek, Santan Valley, Chandler, because there are not enough foster homes. The goal for every child in foster care is to be in an actual home environment, but there aren't enough foster homes. So we started Purpose Movement first kind of working with the community experiencing homelessness, then really being drawn to kids in foster care. So our whole team supports this. It's called Purpose Movement, but Gillette Group, our team, has a separate kind of foundation called Gillette Group Gives Back. And for every home we sell and close, a portion of our income goes back into the community, the same communities where we're selling homes at. And we do several events throughout the year. Around Christmas time, we take over 300 kids living in foster care on a shopping spree for Christmas. Just the other day, we took 100 kids living in local group homes shopping for new shoes. Every kid got $100 to spend on new shoes, name brand shoes. And these kids, they come in with shoes too big for them, worn shoes. Like, some kids have never owned a pair of brand new shoes. We've had kids that recently got into foster care. They've never been inside a store before. There's a lot that goes on right here in our community. Purpose Movement's funded by donors, but also our team helps support Purpose Movement, and our whole team is there volunteering with these kids. So we just really want to give back. And I tell sellers when we're meeting, this is part of our listing presentation, if you're interviewing multiple agents, one thing you should ask the agent is, how do you give back to your local community? And not just writing checks. How are you serving your time and energy giving back to the community? Because I think that'll tell you a lot about your agent's character. Do they just care about themselves and money, or do they truly care about people? Because being a real estate agent, you have to have a heart for people, because they're trusting us with one of their largest assets. And we love the community. Like, we just want to give more. And the more homes we can sell, the more we can give back.
There it is.
Yeah, we want to do 500 kids next year shopping for new shoes, but
good for
we
you.
just have to sell some more homes.
And so how do people find the various platforms? The actual, is it a .org?
Yeah, so we are a nonprofit. We're also qualified for the dollar for dollar tax credit, so people can actually donate to Purpose Movement. The website's purposemvmt.org, and their donations can potentially be given back to them at tax time. So
501c3.
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah, so we've got that. My husband works really hard on that. We just really want to make a difference. We don't want to be, here just for ourselves. Like, how can we impact the community? And I hope it inspires the real estate community to be giving more back out, whether it's through foster kids, or there's so much need right here in the community. And we also invite our clients to come with us. We had clients, we took 100 kids shopping for new shoes. We had a lot of our clients there helping shop, and it's so cool to get to serve with our clients and also see them at all of our client appreciation events. So when you buy a home or sell a home with the Gillette Group, you really become part of our family, and we're not going to forget about you on closing day. Hopefully you like us, because you're going to keep seeing us.
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. So hobbies. I know you work 7 days a week, but when you can get a day off, and you're a mom and you're a wife and you have family, but are there any hobbies that you like to do with your family or by yourself? Yeah,
so we love the local lakes here in Arizona. They're so beautiful, from Saguaro Lake, Canyon Lake, and one of our favorite things to do as a family is we have a boat. We love to get out on the water. It's just such great quality time, and the lakes are so beautiful. So we love doing that. Another passion of mine, in addition to the nonprofit, is actually just within our church. We love serving our church. So I actually founded a moms group at our church.
Oh, wow.
Where close to 100 women meet every other week to just be in a community with other moms in the same season of life. Because I think here in the Phoenix Southeast Valley, there's actually a lot of moms that are maybe stay-at-home moms, or maybe they work a lot, and a lot of people don't have that community. They might not have, maybe they just moved here and they don't know how to make friends that are here locally and things like that. So we built this incredible community of moms that get together, and that's just a huge passion of mine.
Very fun.
I think like all moms that have young kids should be in some type of moms group. It's just really life-changing.
So what's cool about what you're doing is you're not just on social media. We've met people, I've met people that we all know, people that are on social media, but they're almost like a recluse in their house. I mean, you're really connecting with people face to face as much as you're doing it with video. Like, you're using everything you got to really bring people together and let them get to know you and connect them with other people like-minded. That's really neat.
Yeah, I feel like God gave me this platform for a reason, and I shouldn't just be using it for myself, right? I've got a great following on Instagram and YouTube, and every day when I wake up, it's like, man, what can I do to make a difference? And that also goes just for our clients. How can we give them the best experience possible, but also our local community, right? And I hope it inspires more people to do that, because I feel like not enough people are really, being intentional with giving back.
Yeah. Well, you've mentioned it a couple of times. So, I mean, obviously, spirituality is really, it seems like it's really important to you. I don't want to be assumptive.
Number one, yeah. I mean, I couldn't imagine not having my faith, especially in this business, because being a real estate agent is not easy. You're being pulled in so many different directions. You have so much on your shoulders. Like, literally, I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot to do that, like, for my clients last night. And like, it is not easy. And if anybody says this job's easy, they must not be selling any homes, because once you have your clients trusting you with their biggest asset, and you can't even sleep at night thinking, man, what can I do to get their home sold, or what if the deal's falling apart with the appraisal? Like, there's a lot of stress, and I couldn't imagine being in this business and not having faith, because obviously God is number one in my life, and like, prayer and just knowing that, like, man, God's gonna get me through this, because there are very hard days, and it's very important.
So I have to ask, prayer, I obviously am big on prayer as well. Is there ever an incident that you're willing to share, or that you can recall, where you've prayed for something and you've seen it almost unfold? Your prayers were answered almost like this is real.
Yeah,
like,
I have a really crazy story for that. So our whole team, we're all believers. We pray before meetings, we pray before meals. A lot of us go to the same church, and that faith is really important just for everybody on our team. And we pray together, and it's such a crazy story, because we do a lot of client appreciation events. So every year we rent out a water park. It's a very expensive event, and it's in July when the monsoon season is coming, and we've got this event. We've got sold out 300 clients, and we just want our clients to have fun. Like, it's such a fun event, and the weather says a huge monsoon is coming, and we're just all in our group text, like, pray, like the prayer emojis, like, guys, pray that the monsoon does not ruin this event. And we have the event. You can see the clouds surrounding our water park event, and the lifeguards are watching for lightning and all the things. And our event was 2 hours, and it ended at 9 o'clock, and the weather was great. At 9:01, the biggest rainstorm I've ever seen before in my life comes crashing down, lightning everywhere, and it was like, oh my gosh, like, this monsoon came 1 minute after our event ended, and we were praying for just good weather for our clients. So I mean, we have lots of stories, but
that's awesome.
I mean, you have to have faith in this business, man, and like, being able to also have things on your calendar that are non-real estate related, like going to church or being in a community of believers, or all the things, like, super important, because again, it's a hard job.
Well, as hard as it is, I think you make it look not easy, but you do it. I've met hundreds of realtors. You do it as good, if not the best, I've ever seen. So.
Well, I appreciate that. Social media is a lie, though, man. All those smiling pictures. I try to do bloopers of like, man, I did not get that video done in one take. So I try to be intentional with showing a little bit of behind the scenes.
Sure.
But I can't share the very horrible stories that are going on in real estate with my clients. Like, these are their private stories, right? So people have no clue what we're dealing with, or if we have bad clients that are yelling at us, or appraisals, all the things. So
yeah, you can have a client that doesn't care who you are. They're going to yell at you and take their stress.
Yeah.
I mean, as a real estate media photographer, videographer, we see it too. Like, death, divorce. Even if it's a positive experience where they're getting promoted and they have to move, even if it's just across town.
Yeah.
But that still evokes a lot of stress.
Oh, yes.
For some people don't like moving.
Yes, we get to see our clients' true colors and how they handle things, because selling a home, buying a home, even if things are going great, it's so stressful.
Yeah.
And some people can't hide their emotions. So we see sometimes the worst in people. And what I'm so proud of is I've gotten to a point in my career where I don't have to take on every client. I may go to a listing presentation and right out the gate they're asking for some type of huge discount, or they want my listing fee to be the same as the discount broker that's just throwing some cell phone photos online. Like, man, I'm sorry, we have plenty of clients that can appreciate and value what we have to offer. And at the end of the day, you have to, as a seller, look at what you're going to net on closing day. And I can guarantee our marketing, our negotiation skills, our experience are going to help you sell your home for more, and you're going to net more at closing. So you can't focus so much on commission. But that's such a red flag if you have somebody just trying to beat you down on that commission up front. Man, this is going to be a nightmare for the next 2-3 months. It's not worth it. You know, you have to fire the bad clients. You can't work with everybody. So I love, because back in the day I used to just take on everyone, and those bad clients will drain your energy, and they're going to take you away from the good clients, because you're going to be so focused on trying to make them happy, which you're never going to make them happy. They're never going to appreciate you, and then you're missing out on so much other business. So that's
You know, the older I get, the more I think about energy and our energy levels, and positive, you know, and negative energies, and where am I tuned in on all of that, you know? So it's so true. You got to surround yourself with the right people that appreciate you.
And it's exactly a big reason why my team is small. We're less than 10. I could have 50, I could have 75 agents, but we have a great culture. You know, we have our own office in Queen Creek. Like, I'm excited to be with them. I take my whole team to Dallas. We're going to Dallas next month for the Tom Ferry Summit. Like,
oh, fun.
Yeah, I mean, I want to work with people that I like to be around. And so we built a great team.
So if anyone wants to find you, whether they want to follow you on social media or list their home with you, how do people find you?
So the best way is Instagram. My handle's @Shannon_Gillette. I answer every single DM. And if somebody here in Arizona is looking to be a part of our team, I mean, they can always apply online. But another opportunity is through my brokerage. We're with Real Broker. It's the fastest growing brokerage in the country. And it was one of the best business decisions I've ever made, going to Real Broker last year. It's completely changed my life. And agents can reach out to me and do one-on-one calls to learn more about how joining Real can really impact their business.
Very cool. Well, that's all I've got. I mean, did I forget anything?
No, thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you for being here. Thanks everybody for watching. Shannon Gillette. Thank you.